right, what's up, guys? My name is Devin Grant. If you don't know me already, um, played my last college football game on Saturday. I had 6 years of eligibility, which is crazy to think about. Um, and if you know me, you kind of know my story already. Not a lot of people know my real story about everything, about my whole life, and how I am the person today. But to be honest, I'm lost. Um, I think one of the most underrated things people go through is when they do something for their whole life and then it suddenly ends. I obviously is gonna train my body, try to get faster, stronger, bigger. So I've given myself a chance to put my name in the NFL draft and see how that goes. And XFL, CFL is not a bad idea either. But I think right now it's just I just gave it all to God right now. I think that when it comes to stuff like this, you can't really control anything. And I think right now I'm lost because one, I think college football is something that takes over your life, takes over it time consuming wise. Like it's all year round. No other college football players know that you'll get maybe May off and that month of May, maybe a little bit of April, maybe 2-3 weeks off, and then you get the holidays off if you're not good. Not a lot of people. I mean, me personally, I've experienced playing after Christmas and being done very early, and it sucks. But especially if you go to a school that's not near home. I first started at Colorado, so I'm usually from Texas, so that was 2.5 hour flight. I don't really come from anything. Don't come from a lot of money. Come from a humble mom. Not good dad, but my stepdad has done a really good job. I see him as a father figure. The younger sister, and a lot of friends. But I think when it comes to that, I think people don't know the how hard it is to move from home, especially from college. And I think playing college football and moving from a different state made it easier to make friends, and not feel like you have to be alone. But I think that my time at Colorado was great. I met Mr. Williams and Christian Gonzalez. Those are my best friends. Christian is doing great things in the NFL, and Mr. just played at San Diego State and had a great season there. And I think that he'll probably try for the draft too. So God's plan, we're all back together, in the NFL. But Mr. works hard, man. I think he's gonna get an opportunity. So, but besides that, I think those two guys did a really good job of just making me not sad. I'm a big family person, big mama's boy. And I think family means a lot to me, and I think that when it comes to living a life that surrounds yourself with family, I barely made decisions for myself. I think that whatever I did, I knew would positively or negatively affect my mom and my family. So, just partying and stuff like that. I just was never really into that. I've went, but for friends. But I'm just not. That's just not me. That's just me. And so I started at Colorado. I was there for 3 seasons. My first year was COVID, so we thought the season was going to be canceled, and then we ended up playing 6 games that year, 4-2, and then sophomore year went 4-8. Okay, we weren't that good, and then Christian Gonzalez, great football player, decides to hit the portal, thinks that he should be playing better, which he should be playing at a better place, goes to Oregon. Gonzo was my roommate, and there's a couple guys I liked on the team, but I didn't really have a lot of friends besides Mr. and Gonzo, so losing him was hard, but I feel like that made my connection with Mr. a lot easier, and just like he knew that like it was me and him, and we had to thug it out. So yeah, Gonzo goes to Oregon, does great things, and final year in Colorado, um, won one football game. And the crazy thing about that is that not a lot of people know is I got a concussion at practice that week. So I experienced that game as a regular person. I was in the stands. So it was great. It was great. That was a great feeling. You know, our head coach got fired 5th game of the year. Started 0-5, and you know, there's a lot of morale that goes with that. I think, especially when it comes with the player and coaching relationship. Obviously, no one likes losing. I feel like losing is probably one of the worst feelings in the world. But just losing anything, losing friends, family members, even games, because you know it's our livelihood. But it was a tough year, and you know, Colorado thought it was a good idea to get a new head coach, and they end up getting their current coach right now. And yeah, my experience with that was very weird. A lot of weird political stuff like that. Getting these guys from like bigger schools, you know, like powerhouse schools, and for my position at least. And you know, at first I was kind of upset. I was just like, okay, like I waited a couple years to like be the starter, you know. But one thing about me is I always work hard. I try to outwork everyone, and ended up starting the whole spring, you know, most of the spring, and then politicals happened. Not getting into that, but basically got cut from the team, and I played a little bit my sophomore year. I started the last 3 games due to injuries. I think I had like 16 tackles, a couple TFLs, but not a lot of people know about my journey when I went FCS. So in that portal, I went to Incarnate Word, San Antonio, Texas, which is home for me. And you know, the guys, the school there, you know, small FCS program, they took a chance on me, and I'm grateful for it. My first year, I was behind somebody, so I was sharing reps, you know, and I finished with like 40 tackles and 1.5 sack, you know. And greatest thing about football is that like each position, like you know that well, every position you play, like you know there's like a certain stat that you like, you know, like obviously skill players on offense, like touchdowns or yards, you know. And for me, defensive end, I think TFLs are cool, but sacks are really cool. So first 3 years, well, first 4 years actually, you know, besides the last 3 games I started, I didn't get an opportunity to get sacked, but those 4 years I only had 3 sacks, and I think that you know, kind of frustrating, you know. And then my final year at UIW, I finished with 9.5 sacks, which was crazy, and confidence is rebuilt. I think the staff at UIW, especially coaches and strength staff, just built my confidence to the player I am today. I took a chance on myself and I hit the portal, and I came to one of my dream schools of West Virginia. I played offense in high school, and like West Virginia has just always been. Used to watch Tavon Austin, try to model my game after him, but I'm a lot fatter. But got an opportunity to play up here. Said they needed help at end. I think it was the best decision of my life. I think that having 9 sacks in FCS is good, but I think that just me personally, I don't know how the NFL works, and I don't know if competition matters and stuff like that. So I knew if I had to perform, if I wanted to go to the league, I had to be in the highest stage of Big 4 football, and got an opportunity to come to Big 12 school. Never thought I'd be playing in the Big 12, which is crazy. Yeah, so I came here, man. Came in the summer, dealt with hardships in the summer. Wasn't sleeping. Just a lot of stuff happening back home, and throughout it all, man, Didn't really have a good season team wise, but I can say proudly that I got 3 sacks in a row, consecutive, towards the end. At the beginning of the year, when it came to playing time, it was just, like coach's decisions. I started one game, didn't start the other. Ran special defenses where I'm a different position. Started getting a lot of snaps and just stuff like that. I got concussion one game, so I missed the BYU game in the end of Utah. So not excuses, but felt like my first sack against TCU. TCU didn't offer me in high school or in the portal. It was really important for me at first was to go to a school in Texas out of high school to be stay close to family, but at the same level being top. It was Power 5 back then, but none of them offered me. So TCU got a sack, and Houston got a strip sack. So that was awesome. That was really surreal feeling. The TCU game we came up short, but the Houston game we won, and Houston was ranked. So that was like really cool. Like getting the strip sack, like feel like I contributed to the win, even if it's just a little bit. Get your daily one. And then the next game, after Houston, we played against Colorado at home, and caught in my revenge game, redemption tour. School that didn't want me get to play them after I got cut. Obviously, like not right away, but it's just weird how that lines up. That God has a crazy way to show you His plans for you, and I hit the portal after UIW after a good season, and I ended up going to a school and playing against teams that didn't want me / cut me. And I didn't really play good against Colorado, but I did get a sack. And I think a lot of people would have told off. Me in my head, I wanted to tell the coach off and say something to him. But at the same time, I think if you know me, I try to be as humble as I can. I don't really talk smack. I think that one thing me and my grandpa talk about is that my head coach for every team, obviously, is my head coach, but my real head coach is the man above, and just playing His glory every day. And I think not being able to do that until I know if I'll have a chance at the pros kind of sucks, But yeah, so we just had a terrible loss against Texas Tech, but now I'm here. I think a lot of y'all know that when it came to content creation, I used to stream on TikTok, play video games. I had another alter ego named Thriller Man. That was funny. I just reacted to scary movies because that's just my pride. I love scary movies, and I love the amount of details and Easter eggs that directors put in movies, because movies is just a real art, and that's a different conversation for later. But yeah, I really want to talk about my brand Isolated. So I have a clothing brand made in a couple years ago. It's called Isolated. And basically, here's one of the shirts right here. It says Isolated right here, and it's my scenic gray wash shirt. It's a man looking over to a moon shining bright. And basically, yeah, this is just my intro video, my YouTube video. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet, but I know that I'm gonna put all I have into it, and y'all get to know me a little bit more. And I'm gonna buy better equipment, cameras, tripods, and stuff like that. But for the next couple months, gonna be training for the draft, and honestly, try to go crazy with Isolated to do some cool stuff with that. And wanted y'all to join it. So.